Spirit talker. Spiritual wisdom. Why not deal with a man? Why you shouldn't deal with a man? Why you should not commit to a man? And I'm going to put it simple. A man's three S's. A man's three S's. First S, he's selfish. Selfish. Okay? He's going to have to choose not to be selfish. It's not because he may do this good, but it's the areas that he is selfish and you know he's selfish. You got to address that. Because is he going to be that way with that child? Point being, that's the first S. Second S, self-centered. I know you may think they all got to do the same, but everything you do, your whole world is going to be centered around him. You're going to go to baseball games. You're going to go to football games. You're going to go to truck pulls. You're going to go to pig farms. But is he ever going to go to a knitting class? Is he ever going to go to a cooking class with you? Is he ever going to do something that's not centered around him? You got to understand the difference between a man and a gentleman. A gentleman knows he has to do that. You got to understand the behaviors and see that. You date a man to see if he can emulate the gentleman's behaviors. And you find out what is his selfish ones and how do you like yourself when he's being that way. And you can't run from them. You can't pretend like they don't exist. You have to address them. If you do not address with them, you will be stuck in a house and will never become a home. You will be stuck in a house with a man and it will never become a home. Because it has to be around how he wants it. All these things will emulate and translate to other areas. No different than your woman. A man has to know, is she ready to become that lady? But it's not about you today. And the last, self-serving. Again, it's going to seem like self-centered. It's going to seem like selfish, but it's all about him. Whatever y'all do and go, dinner, you're going to cook his dinner. Is he going to ever cook your favorite dinner? Self-serving. You know his favorite dinner. Does he know your favorite dinner? Do he know how to serve you? And it's really not about serving you. He needs to learn how to serve himself inside of you. And you got to teach him that. You have the wisdom. God did not put us on this earth to like one another. There's a lot of things you won't like about him. There's going to be a lot of things he ain't going to like about you. But he should not tell you and you should not tell him. And you should not just focus on what you don't like. Focus on what you do like. Then measure up to the things you don't like and ask yourself, how does it make you feel? Or is this the best you got ever? Because there's going to be things about yourself that has nobody involved with you. You love about yourself, but you also hate about yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. So in the same capacity, measure yourself within him the same way. What do you like about her? And what you don't like about her? And the question becomes, can you live with her? Is she better than her? Is he better than him? What does he like within you about him? But he needs to know that. And don't commit to her, and you don't commit to him. You commit to her. Submit to her. That woman needs to submit to that lady in you. Do you like that lady? Is she different than that woman in you? His man needs to submit to the gentleman. Is there something different between that man and that gentleman? He needs to know what is that difference. Then focus in on that difference and make sure he knows how to implement that difference. Overwhelm you with that difference. See, most men think ain't no such thing different between a man and a gentleman. There is. They need to take the time and focus. And every gentleman is different. Every man is different. I've been many different men. I learned to take my gentleman out man to man. It mystifies them. And what it is, I just used wisdom. I take the time to mentally and emotionally think about who I am. That's what it comes down to. A man suppresses his mental emotional. He's a physical creature. I've been that physical creature. And people see that physical creature in me. Then I knew it was something more than that. And the things I learned was the mental part and the emotional part. And I brought that out about me. So I learned how to be mentally and emotionally within a room full of men by being a gentleman. Because my man still outman them. Trust me. But what fucks them up is that mental emotional about me. They don't know how to comprehend that. Because they still stuck in their man stage and still out trying to man the man. I'm not even paying attention to the man. I'll tell you ladies, stop paying attention to the man in them. Your man will outman their man. You have wisdom behind it. Don't waste no time dealing with the man in them. It's immature. It's immature. You gotta understand, this is why not to deal with a man. A man's selfish. He has to choose not to be immature. Self-centered. The only thing he wants is what he wants. It's not about what you want. Self-serving, everything has to be about him and serve what his greater needs are. Do he know your needs, your real needs? Do he know that you need to sit down and mentally and emotionally unload and talk, and him to be strong enough to deal with it? A man can't do that. A gentleman can. You can't carry around that in you. You got to understand, you date a man to see if that man can bring out that lady in you. And will he act like a gentleman? No man's going to bring out the lady in you. You got to understand that difference. Stop calling a man, stop calling a gentleman a man. If he brings out that lady in you, you should never call him a man. It's disrespectful. Only a lady and a gentleman will understand this. You do not call a lady a woman. It's like calling her a bitch. Sorry to say, it's exactly what it is. It's a lower version of herself, and you better recognize her as a lady. And she don't play about that. It ain't no joke. You do not call a gentleman a man. It's beneath me. Because whatever type of man you think you had in your life, I'm out way more than him. Trust me. So you never met a man like me, so don't even call me that type of man, because that's a weak man. Because I put my man against him, he'll let you know he's a weak man. So you don't even have the right to call me a man. Even though my energy you feel is strong. And it rubs your woman, because see, your woman been used to weak men and it will outman them. And when you feel a man that makes your woman feel shaky, tremble, like, who is this? Oh, yeah, now you met a man. Now him, you comfortable with that man. He doesn't challenge your man. As I stated, a woman's man way greater than a man's man. A weak man. But when that woman has met a strong man, a confident man, a man that does not rely on his man no more. See, the reason why she feels my man, because I'm not present in my man. And she wonders why. She wonders why I ignore her, and she can see my man as whatever that man is in her mind. I can care less what kind of man I am in other people's mind. I cannot live up to be that man. I know what kind of man I am and been. And I choose not to be. The man I was is not the gentleman I am. If you cannot see me for the gentleman I am, you don't deserve to see me. And so that means I don't care about what kind of man you see in me. That's truly letting go of the man within yourself. You got to learn how to let go of that woman within yourself. And when you learn how to walk in your lady grace, you'll understand this. So you should never call a lady a woman. And you should never call a gentleman a man. It is disrespectful. Now, the ones that don't think it is, that is a problem that you need to think about. Do you truly understand the definition of a gentleman and a lady? And if you don't, This is the root problem of all relationships. They are stuck in their man stage and their woman stage. Have a blessed day.